All right. Hello, everybody. Today is Nerdlationships episode number 10. Did I do
Nine.
that right? 9? Did I
Yep.
do it wrong on the thing?
No, I think you put 9 on there.
Oh, okay. Um, so we are gonna be talking about geeky gift giving. So, like, have you ever gotten or given any kind of geeky gifts? Um, but yeah, so first we always like to start off though with how's your past 2 weeks been?
Mine has been absolutely nuts. The State Department was in my building for the past Monday through Thursday, so I
Didn't tell me.
basically, huh?
It was only 4 days. I said you didn't tell me.
Oh, no, five. No, they exited. They were there from Monday to Thursday. Because they don't work on Fridays anymore,
Oh, that's nice.
or at least they work from home on Fridays. You know what I mean? So like they
Yeah.
weren't in. But yeah, no, I was at work from 7 until till anywhere between 5:30 and 6:30, Monday through Friday.
Yeah,
So
I hate like that's the one thing I hate. Like you got to be all super fake. You can't do anything like say the wrong thing that's not even really wrong. It's awful. I did
oh
not.
no, I walk up to the state people and I lean in and I go, "Did you hear states here?" They nor- they normally laugh, but you know.
Oh my
So yeah, so I've been working like just work has just been killing me the past couple days. Well, this past week, dealing with I think what's like a leaky pipe in my basement shower above it because the thing's bowing in. So that's money. My daughter got her driver's license,
which
and
is money.
so I'm trying to get her car ready to go because now that has a brake line issue. So that's not even ready to drive yet. So I'm still carting her around. And my son graduated. So yeah,
Yay!
it's been a busy couple weeks.
Dang. Yeah, and that's kind of why we took like lots of last month off between me being like super sick and like just all the things that it just seemed like everything that could happen in 1 month happened in May and and the beginning of June. So, that's why we needed it. Sometimes you need that. Um, let's see. In my last 2 weeks, the only thing like I've been like not leaving. I went to the Junji Ito book club. We did what the hell book did we read? Censors, which is not necessarily it wasn't horror to me. It was just really freaking weird because if his stuff is not horror, it's at least really weird. So I had that, and then the Nintendo Switch 2 came out, so I had that. Um, yeah. Rafa, we're in a podcast called Nerdlationships. We do this about every other week. Um,
When schedules allow.
yes, when schedules allow. But
I am interviewing. I am interviewing Winnie. Winnie, how do you feel about the Nintendo Switch 2?
we'll get to that when we go to the next section. But overall, I love it. Um,
Oh, there's a section. Sorry, my bad.
I what I didn't so I trusted in Nintendo when they said they did sort of like what Steam Deck did, and they were like, "Hey, just sign up on this email list, and then when we're ready to send one to you, um, you'll get an email, and then you can buy it." Well, it was starting to be like a day before, and I'm like, I'm not getting an email. I did it within 10 or 15 minutes. I'm not getting an email. Did that many people sign up on that list that I'm not getting an email? And so then we went to Best Buy. I was first in line, of course, because it feels like I'm always first in line. um, but yeah, thank you, Rafa, for the kick alert. I know Rafa made this thing that shows all of his favorite kicks or streamers on this board behind him. It's really cool with the Raspberry Pi. But yeah, thank you, Rafa. So yeah, we've had that. That's about the biggest thing. Though, like I haven't tried to leave the house because today's Trump's birthday, and being brown doesn't always go nicely with those people. So I've just been staying in. I like to go to DC. So
Yeah, I definitely stay away from the DC area today. Yeah, I don't.
Rafa says traffic is nuts. Rafa also lives about 25 minutes away from me.
Oh.
Yes, we know, Rafa.
Well, we're not getting political, but I mean
No.
that is absolutely a choice.
Yes. But it is what it is. Anyway, so we're back on topic. We're gonna start talking about getting gifts, and receiving gifts, or giving gifts and receiving gifts from a nerdy partner. Let's see. So the first thing I want to talk about is, what are we obsessed with right now? And right now I have my Nintendo Switch 2, which is dirty. Also probably and wet because Leo Bear went outside. But it's amazing. I love it. It's been a lot of fun. It's been fun to have like games like Yakuza and Cyberpunk like to take with me on the train, because when I ride the train, it's an hour into DC, like an hour train ride, which I don't mind because I love the train. But yeah, it's fun to have those games like that on the go. What about you? Do you have anything that you have? Like, did you get a new Funko Pop?
Not did I? Not recently. I mean, I got this Vegeta one.
Oh, Swezo like that.
So I got the Super Saiyan God Vegeta one. This one's probably one of my more recent ones, I think. Yeah. I got from the Dragon Ball suit. I don't know. I'm not gonna pull them down, but I mean, up there at the top there, you can see the one in the white, and that's the Super Dragon Ball Superhero, Super Saiyan Beast Gohan, Orange Chicken Piccolo, by the way, and Cellmax. So those have been around for a little bit, but those are probably my more recent ones. I have one coming.
See, there's always one coming. Even if there's not one right now, there's always one coming.
One is Kid Krillin, like a little Kid Krillin, and
from that new show, those little, when they turned back.
No, this is from Dragon Ball, the original, when they were actually little kids.
Oh, okay.
What's the other one I'm getting? I think it's ordered, but it's not here yet. Like I pre-order some of them if I want them.
Right.
So hold on, where's my orders at?
Also, it's also a choice to pre-order Funko Pops.
It is also a choice to pre-order Funko Pops. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I got one. I want to show. Yeah, keep going. I'll be right back.
I'm scared. I'm really scared. Keep going. Okay. Oh, bless me. So yeah, I got my Nintendo Switch. I've been playing it mostly docked because, big screen I've got a 70-inch TV in my bedroom, and so I've been playing my Nintendo Switch mostly docked, and it looks beautiful. But I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart World. Yes, I have allergies. I've taken 3 kinds of allergy medicine. I'm stuck right now. I don't know why, because it's raining, but it is what it is.
So I got a big ass Super Saiyan.
Huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's as big as Leo Bear.
I did not know it was a big one. Like when I ordered it, I did not know it was one of the big ones. But yeah, like it is. That's why I can't put it like, I mean, I might be able to fit it like in its own space up here, but like then I got to get rid of stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to get rid of stuff. I like all these.
Seems like you need another trip to IKEA.
No, I need a additional Blu-ray DVD stand is what I need.
Or whatever. But IKEA has those.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where the heck I can put these. So
is there like a line of just those?
Oh, of Dragon Ball?
No, of those big ones.
Oh, yeah, I think there is. I as I said, I normally don't order the big ones, and I bought this one. And I didn't realize, like, it was like $20 some, which is a lot, but I'm like, okay, maybe it's like a rare one, but I really wanted it. And I was like, all right. And I got it, and I'm like, holy shit, this thing's huge. I like it, though. I think it's really nice looking.
It's cool. I have Funko Pops, but I don't like the eyes on Funko Pops. This one doesn't actually look like a Funko Pop. I don't know the glare. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean Funko Pop does like I think some of these are technically from
This is
Funko.
Yeah,
But it's like the pops.
I see. Like this is from the Pokemon Center, and it fittingly enough looks like a gift. And I actually got that as part of my Christmas present one year. So, from my ex, which is fittingly enough. But of course, I'm not gonna get rid of Pokemon stuff.
Yep.
Squez says he's got a Liberty Prime pop. I don't know what that means, but he's got it.
I don't know what Liberty Prime is.
And he says it's giant. I don't know. I probably seen it. It's probably in the living room with the rest of them, but I have no idea. All right. Let's see. Let's start out with this. We talked about what we're nerding out about, so let's ask if current obsessions influence what make a good gift.
Fallout.
What? Oh.
Fallout. Liberty Prime's from Fallout. I looked it up. Anyway.
Oh, okay. I have only played Fallout when they came out, but it's been a long time.
I've never played a Fallout.
I don't have things memorized because it wasn't my favorite. It's fine. It's a great series, but after
I've seen streamers that I watch play it, but like I've never actually like delved into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like first person shooters. Like, and I know it's not.
Yeah, they're harder for me too, but it's not as hard. Like they don't make that game hard. Like Borderlands is also a first person shooter sort of.
I don't like anything first person.
But it's not like you have to be like have dead eye and perfect aim or anything. So it's like easier. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Rafa says it's not a very fun game to watch on stream, in his opinion. But
okay. As I said, the streamers sometimes that I watch, I'm more there for the community, like Winnie's community. Yeah. I'm on Winnie because I like that. Trust me, I don't like watching Dave the Diver. Dave the Diver gives me anxiety when she would play it.
Which we're gonna get back to. I haven't played that for a while because I opened up my Switch to play it and it said all of your save data has been corrupted. Sorry, bye. And you know how many hours I had in that game.
Yeah.
It was like 600 hours from the time it came out on Switch to like 4 months later. I'm like, so then I just like, you know how you're just done then.
You're done. That's how it was with Pokemon Go. I played that for about a year or two. Pokemon Go for about a year or two. And then one day I just opened the thing and it said, pick your Pokemon. I said, what? I had and this is back when it was first starting, about 2 years after. So I think there was about 2 or 3 generations out at this point. And like, again, I was not a big Pokemon person. Like I played the original on the Game Boy and that's about it. So like some of these second and third generation Pokemon, I have no idea.
Pokemon Go was a little bit different because it got people to get off their butts and go outside, you know?
I just made me stop places on my way home from work. From the Elms, actually. I stopped through Cuyahoga Falls on the way home from work. So and there were like so many Poke stops.
Back then, especially, yeah. I don't know if they still do that. I play Pikmin Bloom, which is made by the same company. But it's walking, and then you have to plant Pikmin, and then like a few hundred steps, you get to grow your Pikmin, and then they go and get different items from expeditions. So it's similar, but not quite the same. But yeah, okay. So how do current obsessions influence what makes a good gift? So like, if you're obsessing over something, should somebody get you something from that?
I mean, I would say yes. See, here's the problem. I'm hard because it's just like if I want it, I get it. Like I'm that horrible. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, one year my kid got me the the Dragon Ball Kakarot game, like for Christmas. I already had it. I had already beaten the game. Like she had my daughter had no idea, but she got it for me.
This is why you don't buy like that. Like I was always told that for November and December, you're not allowed to buy yourself anything.
No, I think this game came out well before that, but still. But like, and then my son, a couple years later, I think, or a year or two later, got me the Spider-Man Miles Morales game, which I had already owned.
Thank you, Perez.
Now that was a Christmas thing.
And
So
see,
I told my mom, I'm like, because apparently my mom helped him get it, because they don't have Amazon and stuff. So like my mom was like, my mom got the one. She's like, wait a minute, we already have this one. And then she messaged me. She said, did you order the Spider-Man Miles Morales? And I said, yeah. She's like, you need to send that back. I'm like, why? She said, just do it. And I said, oh, okay. And again, that's what I'm saying. I am very hard to shop for, because it's like, if it's something I want, I get it. And it's like, it's so but I am floored when like somebody gets me some, like, okay, so look, my daughter got me this, a little Vegeta like plushie thing. Like, I love it. I keep it right here with me, just because I couldn't really put it up here, but like I keep it right here with me because I'm like, I love it. Right. But it's like, it's something that's me that I wouldn't necessarily buy. So that it's like, it's almost like a scavenger hunt trying to find something to buy for me that, And
also, like, if I know something's going to sell out right now, or like within the next couple weeks, it's going to be really hard for me not to buy it for myself, because like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I know I'm going on Pokemon Center and I know these Eevee plushies are going to sell out within the next week. I cannot wait if somebody's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to buy that for you. And then they don't, because, I really but I really wanted that plushie. So like for us, it's different a little bit, because there are those limited edition items that I guess I'll just have two of them, I have two Hydreigans. One was from the Japanese Pokemon Center and one's from the American Pokemon Center, but they both have the tags on them that say where they're from. But
I mean but that's why, as I said, that's why I'm hard to shop for. And plus I always look for deals. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, when I see deals, I pick it up. When I see deals on Amazon, I pick it up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm okay with waiting, but yeah, like you said, like with the like something that you think might get sold out or something that might go quick or whatever, like you know how my Christmas goes. My mom still tries to buy me stuff for Christmas, and I say, I just order stuff on Amazon and I send it to her house, and I say, wrap that.
I mean, whatever works.
She hates it because she wants to buy gifts.
Yeah, and it's fun, like, doing the hunt to find the things. But your mom is sweet, but I'm sure she's not gonna understand all the nuances of Dragon Ball Z and the characters and stuff. So, But yeah, so hi Toxin. Just so you know, we're doing a podcast. We'll try to get to comments and stuff, but we will most likely miss a few, and we're sorry. But we love you, and we love that you're here. And I see you on my Switch all the time playing all the games. But yeah, so yes, you can buy me something for my current obsession, but so just an info for Swez, I'm probably already got it or whatever, because I'm afraid, like, I don't want to miss it. That's my main thing. Do you ever buy gifts for your significant others just because?
Yeah, I mean, gift giving is one of my love languages. So physical touch and gift giving are my two love languages. So I mean, yeah, I'm buying, like, if I see something and I think, even with my friends though, like, it's like, if I see something and I think of them, I'll pick it up. Like that's just, that's just how my brain works. You know what I mean? So,
and same with me. And it doesn't always have to be nerdy, but it usually is. 'Cause like I bought, which was hysterical. I have this shirt that says Ohio on it because that's where I'm originally from, but it's Mario themed. So like the O is Mario's head and the H are warp pipes, and I don't know, but it's a really cool shirt, which is funny because my uncle bought that same shirt for me when it came out. So we both have identical shirts that we didn't realize that we bought each other. He's not necessarily a Mario fan, but I thought, you know, to give him a little bit of me, you know, he'd like a shirt like that.
My dad bought me never forget Pluto is the ninth planet shirt. I actually have it back over here. I've never taken it out of the bag because it is now, to be fair, it is a different style shirt. Like it's not the exact same design, but in my closet of t-shirts over here, like I've got the pretty much the exact same themed shirt. Like it's the Pluto never forget, 19 whatever to 2005, like because I'm one of those that are just like, man, Pluto should be a planet based on nostalgia, you know what I mean? Like screw actual
science. So yeah, so I don't know, like for Squez, ours is still such a new relationship. I think that I got him stuff like when I was coming to visit him last year, but like my memory is terrible. So if I did, let me know in the chat, Squez, if you remember anything. But I am that person. I'll try, or if they say they need something. Like last year when I was coming to visit, he bought me a terabyte memory card for my OLED, which they're not cheap. And now
every year to store all my gaming stuff, I have to buy a 5 terabyte.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
My Nintendo Switch 2 is only 256. So I'm waiting for them to stop being crazy and everybody buying all the stuff so that I can get a terabyte, because I didn't want to buy a 256 because that's the biggest express one. I didn't want to buy the 256 one just to go and spend another $160. It was just, I'll just wait. And Lexar has them and will have them eventually again. So, but yeah, so like he has done that stuff for me too. Like I'll come and then there'll be like a little plushie of Yoshi, or a little, something that's cute and little that I like, or he'll go, the sitting cuties on Pokemon Center are like $20 and under, and they are like this big, like at most like 12 inches or smaller. I don't have any within reach, but and they're just cheap little cute little Pokemon, so that makes me happy, and he does a good job at that stuff. So yeah, he gives me stuff randomly, and I try to make him stuff all the time, because that's, I don't know the love languages, but if it was, it would be making stuff and giving it to people.
Well, that's gift giving, and probably quality time, because you're spending time making that item and quality time is also like you want to spend time with that person, but like also quality time is you putting your time into something, and then that piggybacks into the gift giving, which you like to give. So that's like me, like mine's physical touch, which is kind of figure out what that is. And then gift giving, which is like I like to give gifts. Now there is a love language called gift receiving. That one's a red flag. but there really is a gift giving, I think there's 5. There's physical touch, there's gift giving, there's gift receiving, there's quality time. What's the 5th one? I don't remember.
I would say, without doing some sort of test, that I am a quality time person, really, because I don't care about anything. I just like, if we're spending time just playing Super or Mario Kart together, then that's enough for me,
Hold on, I'm looking it up really quick. Where is it at? No, I don't want the test. I want just what the 5 are.
My ex sometimes would buy me stuff, but it usually was like he was either about to do something to piss me off and he was not good.
Words of affirmation. That's the 5th one.
Okay. Could that be a red flag too?
No, because I mean, me just saying, like, words of affirmation is just you love telling your partner, I love you, or I appreciate you. There's also like a receiving end of that. Like as I said, like the I don't know if if they're any different, but like words of affirmation, if your love language is words of affirmation, you also like receiving that love language. You know what I mean? Like, so if your words of affirmation, like Squez telling you, I really appreciate what you did for me today, or whatever.
Yeah, I guess I could be that too.
So, and I think everybody's a combination of like all five, but like you have two main ones usually when they do the test. I think when I did the test, I was actually pretty even between physical touch and gift giving. I think I had like 0% or somewhere near their gift receiving. Well, there's also acts of maybe there's 6 now. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's 5. So I'm sorry. Acts of service, which is gift giving, pretty much. So acts of service is the other one. So it's receiving gifts, acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch. So mine was like, I was almost even on acts of service and physical touch. And then words of affirmation, quality time were a bit lower. And then like my receiving gifts was like 0% or something like that. Like,
I'll have to find a test to do it.
I mean, they're online, they're free, they're easy. Like, I mean, they ask you like 30 questions, and it's like scenario things. Like, would you rather, like go to Washington, D.C. with a significant other, or would you rather go to a small, intimate dining experience or something? Like they've just got these things that kind of narrow down your percentages.
I see. We all know what that is.
Gold digging. Squid says gold digging is my love language.
So he says to the woman who just stays home and doesn't work.
I thought he was talking about picking his nose.
Okay. Let's see. Have you ever accidentally spoiled a surprise by talking too much about something new you love?
Yes.
Okay.
Elaborate. Probably. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of any instances, but I'm sure I have because I talk too much.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I have. I said that I spoiled my own surprise before, because like I am just excited about whatever the thing is, and it's usually like something Mario. Oh my God, Mario's this thing is happening. Oh my God, it's so cool. Whatever. And like for instance, when the theme park opened in Japan, the Super Mario World opened in Japan 3 years ago, I don't know. But they had limited edition Coke bottles. And when I was drinking soda, I was a Coke girl. Like I haven't drank any soda. I have to say soda now because I'm on the East Coast and we can't say pop. Because
I say soda.
I get made fun of when I say pop. So, which is definitely a Midwest thing. But so they had these Coke bottles that had Japanese like Super Mario like the background scenes all the way around it, and then a picture of Mario or whatever. And so I didn't know that they existed until I started searching eBay, and my ex was like, hey, what are you doing? Because he could see that I was like, I didn't know they existed, and I was like trying to buy them. And so basically I spoiled my own surprise because I'm like wanting to buy all the things I could from Japan, from that theme park opening. And he was like, hey, you can't buy those. And it's the same sort of thing as you said earlier. And I'm like, why? And he's like, damn, like I can never surprise you.
Again, that's why I'm just like, I never hold it against anybody if they can't surprise me, because again, I'm like, again, I'll either buy it for myself or, and they'll have to tell me, don't buy this. Okay. Why? And I don't even have to ask why. I know. And but it's just like, exactly. But then they get all mad because I'm like, because then they can't surprise me. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like listen, you want to buy me something that'll surprise me? Like buy me new pants.
Yeah.
because that'll actually but because those are the things that I neglect on myself. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And that's absolutely true. Like, buy me stuff that I won't buy for myself. That's it. Don't go and buy me Mario stuff unless you absolutely know that I can't afford it right now. Like,
Yeah.
don't go and buy me Pokemon stuff because I got that covered. Like, there's been times where the new Pokemon whatever thing came out and I have like, I'm not going to eat 2 nights this week, or I'm going to eat ramen 2 nights this week because I have to have this thing. Like, I've got that covered 9 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
What's something you've hinted at repeatedly that your partner still hasn't picked up on yet? Or like in past relationships, have you ever hinted at something like, okay, you could buy this, can you do it? And or like you keep like leaving little candy trails to the thing that you want?
No, because I don't expect. I mean, I can think of one instance, but normally it's like I don't. Again, I don't ask anyone to buy me anything that I'm not willing to buy for myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the only thing I can ever think of is that
is like, I'm sure you're like your last relationship. She was like, I want to buy him something for Christmas, but I don't know what to buy him.
she would buy me like undershirts and stuff that I need. Like which I did. I needed it. Like, but that's still not like, I was appreciative of those because I usually needed new undershirts by the time Christmas rolls around, or like underwear, or like socks or something like that. Because as as they start getting grody or get holes in them, I start throwing them out. And so, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So, like, and after so many washes, you know how socks go, they start to degrade. And believe it or not, I wash my socks,
Oh, I didn't get that from you when we worked together. Just kidding.
That's that Frito smell.
Wait, yeah.
But like the only thing I ever can think of was my ex-wife refused to buy me video games. Refused.
Why?
So, because she wanted to change me. And she obviously had no idea that she could not change me.
Yeah, that'd be like me saying, Squiz, you can't play video games anymore, or telling me that. You know how crazy I'd look at you?
Like, well, no, that's it. No, she never told me she couldn't, but it was almost like she would take a stance against, like, I'm not buying you any, like, you can buy whatever you want, but like, I'm not buying video games for you or anything like that. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just buy it myself. She did buy me.
Squez and I bought 2 consoles in this past week.
Yeah. She did buy me at one point the Ghostbusters. Keep in mind, this is back when I was married. So I was married from like 2006 to like 2011. But like, she bought me the Ghostbusters video game in 2009. That was the that was the first game she ever bought me.
Whoa. And it wasn't even a good one.
Hey, that is no. Okay, wait. We got to change the title of this video. Ghostbusters 2009 unappreciation here. Hold on. That is the 3rd movie.
Yes, I know.
The Ghostbusters 2009 is the 3rd movie that we never got. It had Harold Ramis in it before he untimely passed away. God rest his soul. And I mean that literally. And I don't mind the new Ghostbusters movies with the kids, but I'm like, that's a new trilogy. The old trilogy is Ghostbusters 1, 2, and the video game. That's it. Like, those are the canon Ghostbusters original trilogy. These new ones are new, and that's fine, and they're in the same universe, but they're not like, everyone's like, oh, it's the 3rd Ghostbusters movie. I'm like, no, it's not. There's already been a 3rd Ghostbusters movie. Anyway, okay, back on track.
Jesus. So yeah. I'd say, like, my ex was not, like, the first gift, knowing that I'm a Mario fan and knowing that you can freaking buy Mario stuff at the gas station nowadays, my first gift from my ex was, like, along the same lines as from your current ex, a thing that I could use, which is fine, but the $5 Mario thing I'd have been much more happy about. But he bought me and it's a nice gift, and I still use it, and it's expensive. It was like the biggest Leatherman tool that they had, And a Leatherman is a multi-tool that has a screwdriver and a bottle opener and a little saw and scissors. And like, you know, it's a multi-tool. It folds up and you can keep it in your pocket or whatever. Trust me, I've used it 1,000 times. I'll be using it my entire life. It's got a lifetime guarantee. So when something breaks, I can just send it in and they replace it for the cost of shipping. It's pretty nice. But it's not like, I guess he was still getting to know me because it was our first birthday. I'm trying to figure out. We'd only been dating for like 6 months, and it was the first birthday that he had bought me stuff for. So it was nice, and he spent money, which is again not the important thing for me. It's just like I'd always much rather have the Pokemon thing, the Nintendo thing, and I tried really hard to be like, you know, walk into we went to a Hot Topic at the mall at Belden Village once, and I'm like, hey, look how cute this stuff is, like to show it off. And he got me the Leatherman, and I'm still grateful. It's just not what I wanted. And then like Christmases and birthdays were like that for the first 3 years out of the 8 years or so that we dated. And I'm like, And again, I'm still grateful and I use the thing, but sometimes I don't know if it's me. I just like the cute stuff. That's kind of just.
Well, that's why you like Squaz.
Yes, he's cute and little in my very own Funko Pop.
Don't know if you want to use the word little. That might be he's words of affirmation. That shit means something.
Oh, my very big Funko Pop. Oh my Jesus. But yeah, so like my thing is yeah, I've tried to do that. It doesn't work. And then the first time it worked is when I finally said, hey, there's a website called PokemonCenter.com. I don't care what you choose on there, even if it's a Pokemon I hate, I will still love it. And it doesn't have to be $100. You could buy me 5 sitting cuties and spend $50 and we could be done with it. And I will be so happy. Because I always thought like of myself as a good gift giver once I get to know the person, you know? So like he and I, like, I don't know if you guys know this, I forged. And so like we forged together and made knives and swords and whatever. And so like I would either make him out of resin some knife scales so that he could have a nice knife handle, like nice looking knife handle, or I would go on one of those websites and buy cool things. And you know, I feel like I've always tried to figure out exactly what they like and then, you know, dial it in. I got him once. He loves the Hitman video games. And so I got him knife scales that somebody made that had the Hitman characters in there, 47 and everybody. So like, I feel like that was like a perfect gift. You know, it combined two of the things that he loved. But then he got me tools. So yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm not ungrateful. It just doesn't feel like. I like when gifts, like you get something like and people think of you, you know what I mean? Like they put some thought into it, not just I'm gonna go to the hardware store, the Hartville hardware store, and buy this. You know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean, they got to know your, you know, what your preferences.
And after 3 years, you know that I'm deeply, madly in love with Pokemon because that's one thing that's never changed.
5 minutes, and I know you're deeply and madly in love with Pokemon. What are you talking about? 5 years, 3 years.
I know. I feel like because I was dating him when we worked together, I feel like you would have bought me, if we did a Secret Santa, you would have bought me a better gift than he did.
Aw. Probably not. I probably would have gotten you like some belly button lint and you know.
Oh, Jesus, no, you wouldn't have. Or like that was when my planner obsession started too. So you would have got me some stickers or something, and it would have been perfect. Like I don't know. I don't know what was wrong with him, but I mean a lot of things. But that's for another podcast, I guess. All right. So why is it so hard to buy things for each other? Since we're in that train of thought.
Wait, what section are we in?
Section 2.
Oh, okay. No, like I was down there. I just didn't. Okay. Why is it? I don't know why it's hard to buy things. Because I'm dumb. That's why it's hard for me to buy things. I'm just non-observant.
Like what's something that you've got for Megan? Why do I know that's her name, right?
Yeah.
I know hers. I don't remember the other ones, but it's fine.
I mean, I bought her some she liked Resident Evil, so I bought her some Resident Evil stuff. She liked country stuff, so I buy a lot of country stuff, just like boots and clothing that was more country-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought her horseback, like for Valentine's Day one year. I bought her horseback riding lessons that she never used. But yeah, I got her like 8 sessions or something like that, and she never even used a one that I know of.
That's crazy. Like for her, that's a good gift.
We got she loved going to Playhouse Square. Like she loved going to, so we got Playhouse Square tickets a couple times.
I love musicals too.
I don't, but I got it for her.
Yes, and you just go and enjoy it, and
and I don't make it a miserable time.
Yes.
Like I go and I'm like,
it is what it is.
It is what it is, and
cocktail and
and actually we went one time and we saw The Sound of Music live, and that was actually really good. It was better than I thought it would be. I don't remember what the other one was. The other one was a smaller show, and I don't remember what it was. But
yeah. And there's that restaurant that's downstairs with the good beef tips and noodles. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Side note, I spent a lot of time in Playhouse Square too. Did you know your partner's fandom's better than your own?
One more time. I'm sorry. What was that last
part? Did you know your partner's fandom's better than your own?
No, not initially, but she was really into, as I said, video game wise, she was into like Resident Evil, but she just liked shooting zombies. So I actually got into the lore of it, and I actually don't like Resident Evil as a game. Right. Like I don't like the jump scare games. But watching her on our channel playing Resident Evil, I started catching the hints of like, hey, there's actually lore to this. And when I started looking into it, yeah, I definitely knew a lot more than she did. She was also big into Harry Potter. We were actually going to take a trip to Universal. I think I said last time that we were planning on taking a trip to Universal. I wouldn't say I knew. Maybe I knew a little bit more than her, but that's just because, that I think it's just because like that's what I do. I lore dive, like when I get what with Hogwarts Legacy. I really took a deep dive into the lore with
yeah, but that was way after her.
That was and that's what I was about to say. That was after our relationship, but I mean still like, so that was a fandom, but I do know a ton more about Harry Potter than she ever did. Again, she just liked the movies, and I think she read some of the books, I think maybe all of them, but again, no shade. I'm like, it's just she's not a big huge like nerd. Like she was kind of nerdy and geeky a little bit, but like she wasn't like all in, and which is fine. You don't have, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. You can be a casual, and that is not I don't want to make the word casual sound bad, because casual is not a bad term. It just means you're not as obsessive compulsive as some of us are when we get into these fandoms. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're allowed to be casual. You're allowed to make that choice,
but it's like, okay if you are.
Yeah, like, so that's why I'm just like, yeah, I really but anyway, so I'm trying to think of anything else. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would say, yeah, like Resident Evil is the big one that sticks out, that like I knew by the time we were done, like, as I said, she liked playing the games. I dug into the lore, and there's actually a decent lore in there. It's just, I don't like the games. Like, I don't like the zombies and the jump scares. Yeah, I don't like all that. But the lore's
fine. You're afraid of cartoon sharks, but that's a different. I digress.
You're a cartoon shark.
So like I am trying really hard to learn about Mega Man, and there is lore. It's just some of the like first games don't have any text. So it feels like to me like you're this guy, you don't know why you're this guy, but you're just shooting things. You know what I mean? So I'm like, me and for my brain to work, I'm like, why? Why does this guy do this? Like, I have to know. And like Mario is kind of that way too in the beginning games, but at least we know he's saving a princess. We have no idea why this guy is doing what he's doing and why he's a cyborg or if he's a robot or what. We don't know anything just by playing the game, you know?
I honestly feel like that was but that's also a product of the times. Like Mario, I agree with you. Mario does give you more than Mega Man did, because I played the early Mega Man games. It's been a long time since I've played them, but like I do remember playing the early Mega Man games, like 1 and 2 and stuff like that. And I mean, I get what you're saying, where it's like there's no lore. I want to know why, but like think about it back in like the 80s and 90s when these things first came out. It's like we didn't care. Yeah. Like if you think about it, like
I was like 6, so like.
But that's what I mean. Like, and I don't even think people who were older and played video games back then cared either. Like, I think back then it just wasn't a thing. Like there didn't need to be lore. There was just, hey, I'm running through this board and I'm beating these things, and like and this is a good thing. We fostered this like intelligent nerddom that's just like, even if it's a game, I want to know why, where.
I don't know if that's because I've been gaming for so long and like games have changed dramatically since the 80s and 90s. But now, so like now I'm at that point where I'm like, hey, do you know that Dr. Light is from the Midwest? He also plays with robots. Hey, that's like me. And then he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I just go on and shoot things. And I'm like, oh, because there's always a need in my brain to know way too much. I don't know, autism maybe, but.
Well, but again, I think that's just signs of the times. Like we have fostered that yearning to know why things are, and I think that's good, because that is essential for us as a species. I've always said that if nerds ran the world, it would be a much better place.
And it would look like
actual nerds, not like
the Jetsons.
maybe.
But yeah.
My Rosie the Robot would look more like Scarlett Johansson, but still, I mean.
Jesus Christ. And maybe like in Futurama one day, you'll be able to have your Scarlett Johansson head, I don't know, attached to a robot. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. So yeah, has your partner ever guessed their gift? Because I do this all the time.
I'm sure, yes.
They haven't said it out loud.
Not that I remember.
My allergies are bothering me, but I remember my very first birthday with my longest foster home. They bought me everything that I liked. I liked Kenny Lofton, and partly is because the way they wrapped it, maybe, but like they got me a poster that was wrapped, but it was obviously a poster, and I'm like, oh, it's a Kenny Lofton poster, thank you. And like I picked up all these things. Oh, these are Lion King playing cards. I don't know if they were like playing cards or if they were like just collectible cards or whatever, but I knew what they were, and I didn't even know that they made them. But I just assumed, based on what they knew about me, what they would buy for me. And then like I just remember going through all of the gifts, and they were wrapped, and I didn't even have to touch them, and I guessed all of them. And so I'm very bad at doing that, because like even for Christmas this year, I knew what I kind of left enough breadcrumbs for Squez to be like, okay, I'm going to get her a Build-A-Bear, and I'm going to get her this, and I'm going to get her that. And then he did get me all of that stuff because I needed the shadow to complete my Sonic collection from Build-A-Bear. And so like he did get me all that stuff, and I knew, because I'm a terrible person.
You're not a terrible person. You just know. And I mean, that's, you're for me, it's like I'm a forward thinker. So I'm always thinking most rationally, what is this? What have I put out there? Again, like it's hard to shop for me because I'm like, I'm always either buying what I want or I know what's coming. It's very few times. There's only one time when my mom has been able to surprise me with a surprise party. So, and honestly, I was not a happy camper.
I don't really like surprises either. Like, I really like to have a whole control on what I'm doing and what's going to happen. And
hear that, Squez? She's controlling. Get away!
Sometimes. No, I just like, I'd like to have a schedule. I don't know, like, that is part of the autism thing. Like, it helps me to not feel like I'm like splitting apart at the seams to stay on a schedule and go to bed at the same time and watch the same things and make sure we're eating, at the same like that's just how I've always been. And again, that's what works for my brain. But yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I have a little story about my ex. He always guessed because I started getting him like the similar things, but it was like stuff he wanted / needed, like for whatever crap. Like, I never get gifts. Like, I'm not going to get him anybody underwear ever, but it's all like he needed the knife scales, the parts for the handles. He needed the metal, like the fancy special metal, so he could do his Damascus blades. He needed, you know what I mean? So like, it's not, he didn't need them, but it was stuff that he A, wasn't going to get for himself, but B, he could make something really cool out of, that's kind of the stuff that I tend to buy. It's a lot easier with Squez because, oh, he likes Mega Man. Look at this cute thing on Amazon that's Mega Man that I can get him. Or like for Christmas, I found him a shirt that was only at the Capcom store in Japan. And so I had my one friend who lives there go and get it for me. And then she sent it to me so that it would be here in time for Christmas. So I think, like for Squez, it's way much easier just to buy. Like, he's like me. He'll be so happy if he's got like a thing from a game he likes, So, yeah.
I'm not hard to please. Just pay one of my bills for the month.
That too.
I'll be happy.
Because then I have an extra couple $100 to blow on whatever actually it is I want. Let's see. How do you keep things a surprise when your partner notices everything? See, I'm the bad one in this again.
I was going to say that's me too. Like, I'm the one who's always watching, always forward thinking, always like
I've had people like deliver things to work and keep it at work and hide things in their trunk. And like Chris was always like, when at Christmas time, because he hid the stuff in his trunk, he was like, no, I'll get the stuff out of the trunk. And I'm like, oh, my gift's in there. So it was like, you know what I mean? And then like I have in my story here that one time I wanted these specific Pokemon cards. Like, there was like a box of booster cards, which was a couple $100, but I couldn't get to GameStop to get them. And my ex bought them for me and I didn't realize it, but he hid them in spicy beef jerky bags, which I was never going to touch because I hate spiciness. So he hid them in there and so I never knew. Like, I didn't think to check there. Why would I? My cards still, like, if I grab that binder and open it and smell it, some of them still smell like that 2 or 3 or 4 years later. I don't know. But they still smell like that all this time later. But hey, I got those cards. But that's like the only way you can hide things from me, like, is to put it places like you definitely don't put it in the chocolate bag because I'm going to be in there. Oh, here's a good one. Have you ever unintentionally spoiled a surprise by using the wrong shared Amazon account's search history, or like printing stuff out on the printer and leaving it there?
No, but The one instance that comes to mind for me is for my son. He collects plushie, like,
Mhm.
you know, Mario and like and Mario adjacent plushies like Sonic and stuff like that. And on our Amazon View, it shows your orders. Now around Christmas time, they're really
Yeah.
good about hiding everything. But this is around March, around his birthday. And so it did show that, like, I got him a baby Mario and baby Luigi plushie set or whatever. And he saw it like on the Amazon
Oh,
View. He's like, oh, he's like, oh, well, why'd you buy that? And I said, oh, well, that was part of your birthday present,
yeah,
but
that
you know,
sucks.
I think that was last year or 2 years ago or something like that. So
Yeah, so for me, as you know, as you know all too well, I love my paper planner and I love putting stickers in it and I love all of that stuff. And in order for me, because I have really bad ADHD and my brain has to have a list to know what I'm doing and to remember all of the things. I get my stickers out and I make this beautiful list that looks beautiful. Well, one day for my ex's surprise birthday party, I left that planner open. So I did. It's not like a shared Amazon, but it is like my planner is just, yeah,
something that you can just look,
yeah.
like if you're just walking by, if
And
it's
it
left
literally
open.
at the top it said birthday something, birthday list or stuff to do or whatever. It said something like that on the top. And so he never told me that he saw it, but until after the party, and I'm like, oh, so you knew this whole time? Because like he has friends that live in Dayton and friends that live in Louisiana, and I had them all coming up to come for this birthday party, and so like it was like
Nice.
making like a list of all the people that were coming on one part of the section of the list, and like all the food, and you know it was really crazy. um and but he knew every detail, and so like it was nice of him, I guess, to not tell me till afterwards, but like not like I felt bad because again you're trying to do a nice thing and surprise him, but it was just crazy.
Well, and again, surprises are just like, that's why I don't like trying to keep a secret. I tell people, I'm like, you know what? Don't tell me about surprise parties. Just tell me to show up here on this
Yeah.
day, and then like, you know, and then it'll be a surprise for them and me. Because like I'll sometimes, like, I know one time in front around one of my friends one time, I was like, it's actually a mutual friend of
Mm-hmm.
me and Lord Donkeys. They were planning a surprise party for that weekend, so we were out the
Oh
previous
no.
weekend with this guy, his husband,
Mm-hmm.
and their mom. And I looked over at her mom and I said, "Oh, I'll see you next weekend." And I didn't say anything about the party, but
Uh-huh.
that was enough
Wait,
to be
why?
like, "Why are you going to see my mom
Yeah.
next weekend?" So yeah, yeah. So that's my big one, is like, that's why I'm just like, don't tell me, just tell me to show up
Mm-hmm.
on this day, this time. Don't tell me what it is. I'll be surprised just like you are.
Sometimes the best gift is a moment of your time. Yeah, and that's largely how I feel. Like, don't be on your phone. Let's just play Mario Kart and actually spend some quality time with me. You know what I mean? That's true.
See that? I'm bad at that, because not that I'm always on my phone or anything like that, but I'm just like, you know, like I like with my past, like with my past relationships, you know, she'll be watching cooking shows and I'll be like on my laptop either doing work stuff or maybe playing something, like not crazy playing something, but like something that
Well,
like
see,
a turn-based
that's different
retro.
for me because um you're not doing it together. Like we're the other last week, Squez and I were playing this game that it was co-op. It's like it's called War Groove and it's turn-based tactical. Um, but like if you're on your phone the whole time, when it gets to your turn, it's kind of annoying to have to be like, "Hey, it's your turn" every time because you're so unfocused on the game and you're on your phone. You know what I mean? And so that's that's kind of annoying to me. Is that, hey, you're on your phone the whole time, and the fact that like you were on your phone and then you ask me what I did on my turn, and it's like you could have just watched, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, if you're definitely, I see your point. Like if you're doing something
Mhm.
together, like you said, like I then I can see it. Yeah, like because I mean, she knew I didn't like cooking shows. Like well, not that I didn't
Right.
like. I just don't care for them. I don't care for NCIS. I
Yeah.
don't care for reality TV.
Correct.
I don't care for any of that bullshit. So
But
I'm just
that's
like,
slightly different.
like I
We're
would.
just watching a show or whatever.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But my point is just that if we're playing a game that we both need to be paying attention to all the parts to know what's going on, you probably shouldn't be on your phone.
Yeah, no, and I mean that yeah, I that's why I don't play a lot of co-op games because I'm just I'm bad. Like I am so I tell my son all the time because he's asked me in the past, hey, can we play something together? And I'm kind of like what? Like I don't want to play together
Right.
with anybody, like I enjoy my JRPGs, my single player games, my and I'm trying to get myself out of that that mindset, because he hasn't asked me recently, but I'm just like I was honestly thinking maybe for Father's Day, which is tomorrow, I might do that. Like I was thinking about doing it, but I'm like, just playing like I don't know, like
Yeah.
a Mario game together or like
And
a
one
Ninja
day
Turtles
you
game
are
together.
gonna get a Switch 2 and we are gonna play Mario Kart together. Just saying. Yes.
Me?
Yes.
I mean we have a Switch 1 and we could
Let's
play
do
Mario
it.
Kart, but I just I don't like racing games.
This isn't just a racing game anymore.
See, I'm horrible. That's
You always find a way to talk
this is
yourself out of
why
it.
I'm single. This is why I'm single. I don't care about anyone else other than myself.
Did you keep a secret like note or wish list of their wants or things they
I kept it pretty secret that I wanted Scarlett Johansson for a long time, but they eventually found that out.
Like for me, I have one in my head because I don't remember a lot of things. I remember my phone number from when I was 8 for some reason. I remember I remember lots of numbers for no apparent reason, but I remember like every Pokemon that ever existed, even though there's 1,000 of them for some reason. I can't remember what I ate for dinner last night, but things that are fun like that, I seem like that I'm actually interested in, whether I'm interested in Mega Man or not. I know that, okay, there's this statue on Amazon that I have to buy that's Mega Man. Like, I'm good at keeping that stuff, like remembering that stuff. I don't know if other people have done that for me. I don't know, because like again, I really love Pokemon and I really love Mario, so it's like they don't have to. Like my uncle buys me really cool like different things that are Mario or Pokemon adjacent, which we'll talk about in a minute. But like I don't know if people do that.
No, I mean you're right, Daniel Vance. Don't call it playing Mario Kart. Call it gaming with Winnie. No matter what game you play, she might kick your ass. No, she will kick your ass. But you're still winning. You're winning, like Winnie.
Daniel Vance. So yeah, did you have a list? Or you just wing it?
No, I mean not really. I mean I would like because we've always had separate. Because back when I was married, their Amazon wasn't really that big of a thing. So it's like we didn't really have that. I mean, I would have like a Walmart list or something like that, that maybe if I saw something online. But 9 times out of 10, it was like, oh, I saw that, so I bought it for them or whatever. So
and I think
so yeah.
Like now that we do have Amazon, like seeing stuff that's on their wish list is fun because that's obviously stuff that they would love to have, but you're never gonna buy that stuff for yourself. You just have it on a wish list. And like if you go, not that I'm asking anybody to do this, but you could go find my wish list on Twitch and see all those things that I would absolutely love to have, but it's just never going to be a thing that I buy myself for whatever reason. I don't know if we just get bored and then get on Amazon and make a wish list, but yeah. Let's see.
Sorry, I'm texting with my daughter. She's on her way to her friend's house. So
Okay.
they're about 30 minutes out. So.
Let's see what we can skip.
Well, let's not skip anything. I mean,
When
I was actually gonna say, do we want, like, if we don't want to skip anything, like,
I mean, there's not that much left. There's some, but there's not that much left.
It's like
well,
3
that's
more
because
pages.
I use big font.
Okay. Don't skip anything. It'll be fine. We'll be fine. Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay, what happens when you get a double of something? Like you said a little bit earlier.
I mean, I'll probably keep it, or if I can like regift it or something. Like, I don't usually try to keep 2 things because I'm like, but 9 times out of 10 I will keep the one that they got me. Yeah, that's what I was
gonna say. Yes.
Just because it even though it's the exact same product, like it's still like the intrinsic personal memento,
nicety in the object. Yeah, it's this is the one they got me. I'll get rid of the one that I bought myself.
Yeah. So like, but then again, also like, with the one I told you about earlier with Dragon Ball Kakarot, the game, I still have 2 of those.
Yeah, it's because your daughter got it for you. You can never ever not.
Well, no, I know, but I mean like the one that I bought. You know what I mean? Like I didn't do anything with it. Like but yeah, no, I mean 9 times out of 10, I'll try to get rid of it or regift like the one that I bought. I've never told her that. I think she knows though. But I never told her that, and I mean I totally acted like, oh, thank you so much. Like, oh, I love, I wanted to play this game even though I'd already beaten it.
And like, let's see. In my with that hydrogen, one was gotten for me from my partner. The other one, the Japanese one, was gotten for me by one of my best friends. And it's hydrogen. It's my favorite Pokemon, and they barely make stuff that is hydrogen related. There's too many Pokemon for them to keep making stuff for every Pokemon. So I'm like, well, at least this one has a Japanese tag, and that's kind of cool in and of itself. Like, it came from Japan. So, I'm kind of okay with it. When do you splurge on collectibles? Is it about value or emotional impact?
Oh, for me, it's emotional impact, as you can tell. Like, if these Funko Pops were like for value, I'd leave them in the box. But I don't. Like, I only collect, and there are so many more. Like, I don't collect every Dragon Ball Funko that comes out. Like, I'm not like, oh, I need to have.
Are you sure?
Huh? Yeah, there are so many more. There's probably almost 200. There's so many different like Gokus and Gohans and Vegetas, and
and half of them ended up in a landfill.
People keep buying them. Like, so no, I mean, for me, it's like, yeah, like if I see the ones and I'm like, ooh, I want that one, like that's fine. But I don't get like every single Dragon Ball.
Here's a hint, future wife or girlfriend of, well, not wife, because he said he's never getting married again, but future girlfriend of Cheeto, find the Gokus that he doesn't have and just buy him those.
I will say though, if somebody did get me, because here's a Goku that Major Rage got me, or Scarlet's Fire. Well, they basically both got. No, I think this one was from Major Rage. This was from Scarlet's Fire, I believe. For my birthday or Christmas, one of the two. But like, I've already got like 3 Gokus. Like, I've got a base form Well, no, I've got way more than that Goku, but I've got base form Goku. I've got Super Saiyan Goku. I've got Super Saiyan Blue. I've got Super Saiyan Red. I've got Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct. Not Super Saiyan Ultra. Ultra Instinct. So many, right? But I already had. But this one's like Goku with the Kamehameha, so it's a little bit different. But they got it for me, so I'm keeping it, and it sits right here behind me. So like, if somebody gets me something, I already like. Again, I didn't have this specific one.
People, but now you know that we can get you, as long as you don't have it. There's 200 different versions that you don't have, so you're not going to be upset if we show up with another Goku that you don't have.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Again, I don't, and I mean, but it's a gift, and I appreciate the gift. You know what I mean? Like that. For me, it's the thought that counts rather than the actual gift. In
and
my
that's
opinion.
the same for me. And for me, it's also the emotional or like nostalgia. I guess that's wrapped up in the emotional. Because like I have here, I have every set of Nintendo Switch controllers that came, like when they dropped the GameCube Nintendo Online thing, they dropped a controller. And so I've they have NES looking controllers that slide on, because it was Switch 1, that slide on, and you have two NES controllers hanging from your Switch, and it looks super cool. And the reason I got them is because it looks good when I have my Nintendo Switch stuff, and then all of my old Nintendos, and then the newer stuff that matches. Like, I think it's a fun thing, and so for nostalgia's sake, that's why that's more where I come from on that. Okay, so now we are going to talk about handmade stuff versus high-end stuff, and I put this in here because I make stuff. That is my thing. So I'm sorry if it goes a little bit too deep, but like I have 3D printers. I have t-shirt cutter that makes t-shirts or cards, or cuts some basic wood. I have I have stuff to make bracelets or jewelry. Like I literally have everything that like a Chinese factory would have. So I really for me, I feel like if you're gonna buy a cute bracelet, when you could just make one, I would rather have that as a gift. That's somebody made me a cute thing that they thought about me. But yeah, so do you have you gotten any handmade gifts that were like nerdy?
Honestly, no. I mean, I've gotten things from my kids that are like handmade, but like
Not necessarily.
not what you're talking about. Again, I have never dated a crafty
I
nerd-ish
see.
type person. So yeah, no. Even like, I mean, talking about friends, I mean, I don't even know from any of my friends if I've gotten a gift like that. Yeah. I'm trying to think, and I'm like, I don't think I've
Do handmade gifts feel more intimate to you? Like,
honestly, like, okay, so no, but again, it's the thought that counts. Like, I appreciate that you thought of me, and yes, I probably should. Maybe it's because I just haven't gotten really many handmade gifts that I'm like, it just kind of like, I'm like, oh, that you put this work in, you thought of me, thank you so much. So maybe that's why it's like, it doesn't feel different right now. But maybe if there was somebody who actually gave me like handmade gifts and like I actually had a chance to kind of process those feelings,
mhm.
maybe I would feel differently. But I mean, I just think it's all like, oh, you thought of me. Oh, you put this effort in for me. Thank you
And
so
for me,
much.
I think that I could print a Mega Man thing, but I could do it in Squez's colors, and I think he would be very happy about that, because he
Mhm.
has this one of a kind Mega Man that is in his teal. Mega Man is generally normally blue unless he's got some sort of power up. I'm learning. But he's normally in normal pictures, he's blue. I'm looking at him right here. And so
Mhm. Like
yeah,
a blue
blue
and
and
a light
light
blue,
blue, and
right? Like,
Squez's colors are like two different shades of teal, like a darker one and a lighter one. So if I printed one that was a darker one and a lighter one, I think he would be insanely happy because now he's got the only Mega Man that are these colors, that matches his stream or whatever. I think he would like that better.
well, you just spoiled it
Yeah, I
now.
know.
Nice going.
I don't. He was really busy at work today. They had some bad things happen, or not bad things, but like things to make him busy for a Saturday. So I'm hoping he's not.
Like a dictator
Yeah,
rolling in with
that.
tanks. Yeah.
um. So yeah, I might do stuff like that. I think he would love that, to be honest. you know. But I don't know. I don't maybe that's just me forcing I can make, like, I always have this idea, oh, I see that, I can make that, so I'm just gonna do that instead of, you know, like I sewed my dad, he likes Hawaiian shirts, so I found a fabric that he'd like, and then I sewed him a shirt one year, and he wears that all the time still. So I don't know. I think if it's done well, I think it's okay. Have you ever made a gift for somebody?
No, not really. I've only done like the only nerdy things I've ever made is like the cosplay, and like that it's bare minimum. Like I'm not even gonna sit there and it's barely cosplay for like Halloween and stuff like that. Like I can't claim any of it's actually really any good. But no, I mean, but again, that goes back to the people that I've been in relationships with aren't really nerdy. Like
I made the steel sword that Geralt uses. Hi Yoshi. That Geralt uses in Wild Hunt. I 3D printed that, and then I leather wrapped the handle and everything. Like I felt like I was doing something because I'm not like this great crafter, but like this was like the first big project that I've like sat down and was able to focus on. And I had to, like, because my printer, the printers that I had at the time were only like, I think 7 inches by 7 inches by 7 inches, or maybe 10 inches high. I had to like break it up in pieces so that it would print all the pieces. Then I had to like sort of weld them together. And then at the end, I had to find the right thickness of leather so I could leather wrap the handle. And like I mixed a bunch of stuff to, like, I was really proud of that thing. So it was a lot of work, but like I had so much fun making it, but it took like probably 40 hours of just printing because I had it on the best settings to make sure that it looked nice and smooth in one cohesive unit. And when I welded it together, it looked good. Like it took probably, I don't know, over a month of like steady working on it outside of work. So I was kind of proud of that gift.
No, you should be. That's a lot of work.
But he liked it, I think. He hung it up on his wall. It might still be hanging up there because, I mean, yeah, I'm his ex, but like that's still a really cool thing. And we like, The Witcher is an amazing series. I have a thing right there, a medallion. Right there. I love The Witcher. So, I mean, I would have kept, like, again, I don't I'm not throwing my stuffies away that he got me or whatever because I love Pokemon, and why would you? So I would say that
Pokemon is bigger than that douchebag.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Right, we're talking about your ex, right? Yeah, Pokemon is bigger than that douchebag. So.
Do you think handmade gifts get overlooked sometimes, and why?
For me, yes, because as I said, I haven't received very many. And I mean, like, some people probably see them as like, like not as good quality, just because not like yours. I'm talking about just like in general. I don't have much to go on with that question.
There's I think it's just that, like, oh, I want this action figure in this box because that's what everybody else has, and you've printed me an action figure, but it's not really the same, and now I'm feeling like I'm missing out on the action figure in the box that's licensed and has the serial number and whatever. So, like, I guess I could see that aspect to it. But I mean, like, we have this like need for instant gratification, and it has to be the same thing that everybody else has for some reason, especially with the way everybody's so like on the internet and seeing like scrolling through their TikTok feed and seeing that 10 people have this specific thing, not necessarily this, but a thing in a box that's nice that says Pokemon Center on it, like, so now we have to have it. Even though I could print this and give it to you, it's not the same as having, you know what I mean? So I think that's where we're at there. And it's harder. So mine looks just as good that I printed, but it's not exactly. It doesn't say Pokemon Center on it, you know. So I think
I see that. I mean, I've collected comic books my whole life. You know, the collectible aspect of it does, as a, you know, like the collectible aspect of it does kind of come into a factor there, where it's like, okay, you know, like, yes, I appreciate that you made this for me and it looks great, but it's like, but this is actually like a part of the collection, like, you know, and it's like, you know, I would definitely hold like let's say you made me a Funko Pop that was like, I don't know, like Cyclops, and like, you know, like it was, you know, I would cherish it, and I would probably put it right back here on my shelf. But at the same time, I'd be like, if another 90s Cyclops Funko Pop came out, I would probably get that one too, because it's like it's a
and
part
I
of the
need
line,
to
and
complete
you know,
my
so.
collection, and that's kind of where I'm coming at with that too. Yeah, I feel the
Yeah.
need, like us as nerds have got it bad with this thought of let's complete the collection. I don't give a shit about that you made that for me. It looks wonderful. I love it, but I still need the thing that, even though it's identical, I still need the thing that completes my collection. You know, it's not exactly the same. So it's not that I don't care that you made it. It's just that it,
I blame
yes.
capitalism.
And it's so easy for nerds, especially, who are like, we love when we love something, we love it thoroughly, you know. So if it's a Nintendo thing, I'm gonna go and buy all of the Nintendo things, you know. It just is what it is. Can a handmade gift fail just as hard as a store-bought one?
I mean, if it's broken, like I don't know what you mean by like, can a handmade gift fail as
Like
bad as a bought one?
if
Like
you bought like a crappy gift, like one year my cousin who had me on the get Secret Santa thing got me this Pikachu. They got me two things. They got me the crocodile guy from Donkey Kong, and they got me a Pikachu that were both obviously Chinese, or like like the colors were way messed up. Like, you know, I didn't let them know. They thought they were doing a good thing. Pikachu was like tan, and like his spots were like not right and whatever. But like I at that point, like, I don't know. It was just it was not it failed really bad.
I mean, but I think that makes it almost a little bit more endearing that somebody knew you
Yeah.
well enough outside. Like, it's different if I bought you a Pikachu
Yes.
thing. I know Pikachu. You know what I mean? I would know that something would be off, and I'd be
Yes.
like, okay. But like, if a relative that has
Correct.
no idea about Pokemon actually got you this Pikachu thing, and yeah, they didn't know that it was kind of like a knockoff, but like,
I would never
they thought of you enough, and they're like, hey, that's that yellow thing
Yes.
that screams,
Yes.
pick your nose or something.
And so, like, again, I wasn't like, you can, every time I have a feeling, you know what the feeling is. Like, I'm not good at like hiding that. So I literally was like, thank you, but you know, because my brain is very analytical, and I could tell like right away that that was like some poor Chinese kid making this in a factory somewhere. I was like, I had to like walk away, because even my dad at that point was like, he whispered, because he's not good at this either. He whispered, he's like, is that even Pikachu?
It's the third form. It's not Raichu, it's Baichu.
And so like there has been that, but like most of my people, like most of my boyfriends have known like, oh, this is actually Pikachu. I actually know that I'm buying an actual Pikachu. But yeah, so there, yeah. Like if you're around me 24/7 like my dad was, like he knew what Pikachu was, because
It is your very own special Pikachu. It's a shiny.
Yes.
It's a shiny Pikachu.
I love her, but
See, there's your next excuse. If you get something that's off like that, just be like, oh no, it's a
and I
shiny. It's a
still have
rare
it
one.
because like if real like people that like Pokemon come into my room, that like it's so funny to watch them. Oh, look at all your Pikachu collection, and then they get to that, They almost always have the same face. Like,
Tell them, say, shut up. It's a shiny.
but yeah, the King Cruel. I can never remember his name. I love that. I love the that crocodile from the Donkey Kongs, and so like he was better, but like better looking, and so I would like actually liked that the best out of the two. But okay, how do you feel about gifting directly from a wish list?
I'm fine with it. At least people know what I want and they get it right.
And that's how I said before. It is stuff I would never buy for myself on that wish list 9 times out of 10. So like, and it comes in a variety of price range. So like, I really want this shiny Rayquaza that's on my wish list, and I think he's only $15, but it's a little statue. And Rayquaza's beautiful, like one of my favorite Pokemon for whatever reason. So like stuff like that is on there, and like I tend to make wish lists because like especially now that I'm not in my home state with most of my family, I make the wish list so that if you know, well, no matter what price range, I'll like something and they know what to get me. That's kind of why I make wish lists. Let's see. I'm trying to. I know you're.
I make wish lists so I can get best viewers on Quick Boost online.
Jesus, did you get that too, or is that just me?
I don't know. It comes through on one of our Twitches, like either NerdTube or your. I mean, all of them come to our chat, so it's just like I know I can't. I'm not logging out of Milquetoast to log into NerdTube to get rid of it. So I'm like,
and I haven't been on Twitch enough for them to know that I'm a real channel or not an affiliate dummy. And I mean that with all the love, because we all were those non-affiliate dumb people, or just turned affiliate dumb people who might have fallen for that at one point. We all were that.
Listen, it took me like 2 years to get affiliate, I think. So that was a major achievement. Unlike you, who made it in what, like 4 months?
I think it was 2, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but
see?
Again, I was on the internet 24/7 trying to promote myself. So
yeah, that is true. You definitely were on there. You were promoting a lot more than
I was. And now I
I'm
don't care because lots of things happen between now and then, and it is what it is.
I just keep sending out pictures of my feet, and nobody comes to my Twitch anymore.
No, so. I saw the other day you had your few people that like you had like 6 people in your chat, which is more than mine right now. Let's see. Have you ever modified a wish list to like either make it more personal, or like make it so because you know your mom's buying from this wish list, so you want to put stuff on there that she'll understand? Or
I mean, that goes back to how I do Christmas, is like with my mom. It's like I basically buy things and send them to her house, and I say, wrap them.
Again, on my wish list, like I said, I sent it to my mom. She picked a couple things, and the fun is like at least I know what's on my wish list, but the fun is that I don't know what she picked. And you can set it so you know what people picked, but I don't want to do that because at least I get some sort of surprise out of it, you know?
Mm-hmm. You know not to buy anything on that list until...
Or it's just stuff that is just a little bit extra that I'm not going to buy.
That's a lot of my stuff, is like when Christmas comes around, I'm like, look, I'm not going to spend $15 for this like movie, but like if you want something, like if you want to spend 15, because my mom will be like, I'm spending X amount of money on you this year. Like, let me know what you want. And I'm like I do the same thing for her, and she gives me nothing. So I still, I tell her sometimes, I'm like, look, you give me something, I'll give you something. Yes. How about we play this game? But yeah, so I don't know. So that's what I do, is like, yeah, I send things to her house, and she.
So like, my uncle This was not on my wish list, and this is a side note. My uncle got me, I just wanted to show it off. This is a cute lamp. Mario is jumping. The bottom has like the pattern of the Mario dirt. But you pull this and the light comes, but it's like,
is that how a lamp works? Huh.
It's just different because Mario's hanging from the lamp switch. But my point is that like they get like ideas from my wish list, but like I was never gonna buy this for myself. I didn't even know it existed, you know. It was just a cool thing. Like he does a really good job. Like my uncle, for instance, does a really good job at finding me things that are just different enough, but still within the wheelhouse of Mario. Because like I didn't even know. I really, truly, this is licensed. I didn't know it existed. You know.
Well, especially with Mario, there's so much out there. Like you could seriously just find the most obscure things, and you know.
And so like he got me a case. It's red, and then it zips, but it also like looks like his suspenders. So the little straps come around and they button. So that like if you didn't zip the case, you just buttoned it, it would still be closed. Like it's kind of cool. So some people use my wish list as like a jumping off point, you know, and that's totally fine too. Let's see. Is it possible to surprise someone without buying anything, like a scavenger hunt, like an experience gift, like you're going to somewhere? Like in my instance, my thought, because we're from Ohio and I like forging and blacksmithing, like going to Hale Farm and watching the blacksmith work would be, or the glass makers, or the blacksmith or whatever. I like all of that stuff, and that is either free or $10. Like it's like a negligible amount. So can you surprise someone that way? Would they be just as happy if there was, say, like a free event that was Resident Evil? Would she be just as happy?
Probably. I mean, like if I surprised, if like with Megan, for example, if like I surprised her with like a, trip up to Cleveland, not Cleveland Square. What? Playhouse Square, yeah. Playhouse Square, which is like the big theater up there in Cleveland. Like, I mean, I guess, but then like for me, I'm like, but how do I know she doesn't have plans that day? How do I, and then when you go to her and you'd be like, oh, well, don't make plans for this day. Exactly. Then she knows something's going on. That's why I have such a hard time like doing stuff like that, because I'm a scheduler. I like when I have things scheduled, I have a hard time dropping something because I'm like, no, look, it's on my schedule.
Like I cannot change this schedule for nothing.
That's why my kids drive me nuts, because they keep changing my schedule.
But we love them though.
Somebody has to, statistically.
Do you ever ban certain things from being gifts, like necessities or pre-orders?
Light switches.
What do you mean by that?
It was a joke between me and some friends back, but they would joke around and just say like, "Oh, Jason can get turned on like a light switch."
Everybody would send him a light
so
switch.
One year for my birthday. So one day for my birthday, they got me. They were out and they were thrifting. They found a humongous picture of legit a light switch. It's just a big picture of a light switch, and they gifted it to me for my birthday. I was like, yeah, y'all are banned from buying me gifts anymore. You guys have
the ability to buy me anything.
You guys have lost the privilege of buying me anything.
Okay. What's the one gift you're most proud of giving?
I don't know. The gift of myself to my mom.
I hate you. Jesus.
I hate me too. It's okay.
So for me, like, of course, the steel sword that I made was a pretty proud moment because I worked really hard on that. But the other gift was not even for a partner. It was for my uncle, who he is, if you don't know, you actually met him without me one day, which was hilarious to me still. But he loves country music too. And so we would go to concerts together a lot. And he's 5 years older than me. So it's just like we're the same age, like within the same age range, you know? So it's not like hang out with my creepy 70-year-old uncle, you know? It's just my guy that's the same age as me. So I bought him a ticket to go with me to go to Youngstown, which to you, you know, the distance, that's like an hour and a half away, depending on how you go. To go see, there was Josh Thompson, Justin Moore, and Randy Houser, which are my like top three. We're just missing Cadillac 3, but top three, especially at that time, favorite country musicians. And so like I took words from their songs, and I don't remember what it is, but he still has that picture hanging up, and then meet and greet photos that I had with me, him, and them. And then I did like I made some cheesy like we're going to Youngstown or whatever, but like using words from their songs. I was really proud of that, and I was really proud that I was able to afford the tickets. Like it was like when I was finally starting to grow up and like, you know, be an adult and be able to buy things on my own and all that stuff, you know. And then we also had meet and greets to all three artists, but those were just because those artists, like when you see an artist enough and you're not crazy, they like you. And like, so I was like, hey, Randy, can I, like, I just texted them, hey, can I just have a meet and greet for this because it's a birthday present? And like, he's never going to tell me no because he just, you know, we just hang out now.
Because you're Winnie, that's why.
We just hang out now. It's different when you start to get to know people, you know, like Thompson Square always knew I was going to be there early and always made sure that when they went, if they had to go out for a news event, they brought me food back. Like they always just knew, like, cause I just was always there. And we played games together, like before the show and all, you know, just whatever. They became more of my friends. So I was able to like logistically get all of that stuff down. And so that worked. That was probably my favorite gift.
I mean, mine would have to be like the horseback riding one that I mentioned earlier, only because I came up with it completely on my own. I didn't have to, sometimes when you see something and it kind of triggered, you kind of not rabbit trail, but like you kind of connect the dots to something. I was sitting there I was actually at work. I remember I was sitting there and I'm like, I could get her horseback riding too. And it was just like out of nowhere, like nothing kind of cued me that I know of. Might have been some deep recess in my mind or subliminal messaging or something. But like the horseback riding thing was nice because it was just like, it kind of came out of nowhere. And I was just kind of like, there was no hints. There was no, whatever. So I really thought that was a good gift that I came up with on my own, essentially. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah.
What's a gift your partner gave you that still makes you smile? Do you still have stuff that they gave?
My children.
I just want to punch you where your children came from.
Damn.
Do you have did you keep any of the stuff that she gave you, or like or your ex?
Megan or my ex or anybody? I mean,
is there something that you really still love that you see, like you're not sad that whatever, like it doesn't have any negative memories?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of stuff. I mean, I live in the same house that I lived in with my ex-wife, so I mean, it wasn't a gift, but like, I mean, I see, my life is all around is like my past. I've been in this house for 17 years. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So like, I mean, no, I mean, just, I'm trying to think about with Megan, like, I don't think, I mean, she got me some t-shirts that I still wear. I didn't go on like a burn bender where I just got rid of everything that
I did mostly, unless it was Nintendo things, and then obviously I kept them.
Well, I mean, and some people need that for,
Yeah.
you know, that cathartic like separation. I get that. For
No, I
that's
get
not for me. I don't
and
have to do that.
she
And
didn't.
if
You guys
somebody
didn't
needs,
end on like horrible terms either, right? So
that is true. We did not. So
for me, I have like the Library of Congress, which is a weird thing. We randomly decided to go to DC, which is my favorite city. Which
yeah, please don't burn the Library of Congress.
so so my so like I've been going to DC for my entire life. Before him, I've been going to DC twice a year at least since I was 16. The first time I came here, I loved it. Like it was my favorite place. So one day he's like, "We're gonna go to DC next weekend," and I'm like, "Okay." Like you don't have to twist my arm. So we went to we went for like Thursday out because some things are not open on the actual weekends. So like we went to the Library of Congress, we went to Embassy Road, which a lot of those embassies are not open on the weekends. We went to eat at Carmine's, like, so it's not like a physical gift, but like I still think about that trip and like some of the places like at the Library of Congress is like, you know, I don't have to think negatively about him there. Like it was a fun day. It was a fun trip, you know, and you all know I love like all of the history. I love American history. I love all the old buildings. So like it was fun. What was the most unexpectedly perfect gift that you received?
I don't have one for this one. I've been thinking when I read this yesterday, I was like, or last night, I was like, I don't even know what to say to that one. I've been trying to think since then, but
so for me, like I said, this like things like this is like something I didn't know existed. I didn't know it worked in the case that my uncle got me. Unexpectedly, like I have a lot of Mario plushies. There's a Wario back there. But I don't have any of the bad guys, which I love. Like, there's everything about Mario's cute. So Squez has been like randomly for my birthday last year. He came home with a Kamek, which is the little witchy guy. I don't know how to say it, so that's why I'm explaining it. The little witchy guy on a broom that changes things a lot and does crazy things in the Mario games. With
I don't remember his name.
Yes,
he was in the movie, right?
And he's a Koopa brother, but he's just got a robe on, a blue robe or black, I don't know, whatever you want to call that.
Yeah.
And so like he's been like, that was unexpected, and that made me extraordinarily happy because I wasn't expecting that, obviously. And people get me Mario things, which is obviously fine, but like I wanted to expand my collection, and he did that without me actually asking for it. So that was kind of cool.
I do actually have one. I just thought of it. It's right here behind me. So this thing, like, I don't have any like neon signs. I don't have anything, and like I was very surprised.
It's hard to tell from this
like,
angle.
It's not nailed, but tacked down. But it's like a hold on.
You can't tell. It looks like it's got a witch hat on or something.
It's a black mage from Final Fantasy.
Sense.
So I don't know if you can see this or not, but hold on.
It's like I must show my thing. Who got you that?
Oh, Scarlet's Fire, actually. Hold on. Maybe if it's not focusing on me so much.
Oh, that's so cute.
So I keep it hanging there. It's hard to, yes, it is, like, to light it up unless I play like this, like, you know, where it's dark, and especially when I'm playing games, sometimes I don't have my background out usually, but like, so yeah, no, I mean, surprisingly, it's like a perfect gift for me. I never would have thought about it or anything.
Yeah, that's fun. Have you ever had a gift completely flop? And how did your partner react?
That's another one I'm not sure about. I'd have to think about it more. Well, I mean, I was thinking about it. Again, when I read this yesterday, this whole section, I was kind of like...
like, I don't have a question or an answer for that either. At least if it flopped, they didn't tell me. I mean, at least I've had partners enough that were like at least known to be grateful no matter what it is, you know? But again, I also think that A, I'm a good gift giver, and B, like, at least the effort was there, so they were like at least okay with it, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty. I've not been able to think about it recently. I'm sure there's things I've gotten from my kids that they're just like, oh, thanks, Dad. I haven't played with My Little Ponies in like 3 years, but thanks, Dad. So now I'm a brony, you know, like, I mean,
Now we're there.
I bought all these things and, you know.
Did any failed gift turn into an inside joke or a tradition? You kind of said the light switch thing, but
no, that wasn't failed. That was purposeful. The jackasses did it on purpose.
For me, I told my ex's family that I love turtles, and like most of his family are old. Like, we're not like, he had aunts and uncles. He was an only child himself. So I'm like, one day we were at a store with one of his grandmas, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that turtle's so cute. It just happened to be something that was really cute that day. Well, then every birthday, Christmas, anytime they decided to get me a gift, it was a freaking turtle.
Yeah. Turtles.
And I'm like trying so very hard to be like, and he knew, because I'm like, he knew me. And I'm like, every time I'm like, cute, look how cute this turtle is. And I'm trying to be excited. And like, his mom knew, his dad knew, he knew. And I'm just trying to just like pretend that I love this freaking turtle.
God, at least make it a Ninja Turtle.
A couple of times that did happen. They were Ninja Turtles, so I was a little bit more happy. But like mostly it was just like knick-knacky glass things that like I have to now dust, because put out and dust, you know. That I'm like, I don't. Yeah, and I don't get dusting. Like, turtles are cute. I love anything that's water adjacent. We all know this, but I don't really want 100 turtles. Like, I had turtle earrings and turtle t-shirts and then like my family would come over and be like, what's with all this turtle crap? And so
you should have just started like making like little like bandanas for them all, and like put like Ninja Turtle bandanas on them.
But yeah, so it was like like it became an inside joke then, because then my like his mom and dad and him would look at me like, knowing that I'm gonna hate this, because his one grandma flew in something from France, because her family's from France, so she likes to like support France in all the way she can. And so she flew in this big, horrifying, I don't think I kept that because it was scary, black and white, and like the zigzaggy pattern that it was in red. It was horrifying. And like, she was so proud of it, and I opened this thing and I had to turn around and pretend like I was sneezing, because it was terrifying. And they were all had those like faces trying not to laugh because they knew. So it was just this weird thing. Now I have a bunch of turtles.
Actually, I did think of one while you were talking. Shot glasses.
Do you drink?
So,
do you drink?
Huh? When socially, yes. And honestly, it's turned into like, I do collect them now. I actually have a shot glass show thing down in my kitchen now. But like, yeah, back when, you know, a long time ago, I didn't drink. I was big into church, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't drink. And somehow it got out something about shot glasses in me. Like, I think I bought a shot. I had an Alaska shot glass, because I bought an Alaskan shot glass when it said Alaska on it when I was up in Alaska when I was 14. So people had seen that at my house. Now that shot glass holds specialty in my heart, just because I bought it when I was literally in Alaska, and like that. So, but I think some people took that as, oh, he collects shot glasses. So I don't have a full like big case full of it, but I do have probably at least a little over probably a dozen or maybe a dozen and a half shot glasses that, you know, people have just gotten me. And like, granted, this is back when I didn't drink. Even when I was big in church, I was a young adult. Like, I didn't drink.
Right.
I don't drink at home. I do drink when I go out, but I don't drink at home. So having shot glasses at home is kind of like,
Yeah. Right.
I don't use them.
I just
don't
think they're
drink at
fun
home.
little trinkets to have that say, like, it's small enough that you're not carrying a big thing around, and it's a cute little thing to say I was in Alaska. You know what I mean? Or
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. But I think that got around, and then that's why all of a sudden, like, even 1 year, my ex, and this is when she was my ex, mind you, she made me 4 Ninja Turtle shot glasses, but one of each Ninja Turtle. So, hey, I'll give my ex credit. She's very creative and she's very thoughtful when she wants to be. But still, but yeah. So I'm like, like shot glasses are apparently a thing. So I eventually was just like, I had them in this like Tupperware container that I was just keeping because again, I don't use them. Like I don't drink at home. So I'm like, you know what? I saw on Amazon there was this really like nice. I'll have to send you a picture of it. A really nice shot glass like case. And I bought it and I put it up, and now all my shot glasses are in there. As I said, it's not full, but like whenever I go somewhere now, like I'll get a shot glass because it just signifies like when we went to Great Wolf Lodge with the kids, I got a shot glass there. When I've gone to Florida and Disney, I've got shot glasses there. It's just I wouldn't say it's an inside joke, but it's just like no, I've kind of adopted it as my thing.
I'm
like,
never gonna adopt
when
turtles.
I travel places. That's what I do. My dad used to own
I could
turtle
see I had
ago.
some as pets before, but like no, again, like I didn't that one, oh my god, it was like handmade by this French artisan. Oh my god, no. I gotta find it. It was like the eyes were red, and it was like, you know how that stuff that's like for some reason is really expensive, that is like, oh, an artist made it from France and I spent $200 on it, and it's always like this shit thing that your kid could have made in kindergarten class. That's what it looks
like. But it is French. Vive la France.
No. Have you ever wrapped a gift too well or hidden it too cleverly and it backfired? No.
No. I mean, we had a joke every year at the Christmas party at my work where we would hide things around. Like we would normally have our Christmas after party at this one lady's house. So we would hide things around her house, like just weird stuff. Like 1 year we hid tons of sunglasses, and there's a story behind it I'm not going to get into right now, but like we hid tons of sunglasses around her house and her Christmas tree, like in her cupboards and like in, you know, like just all these places that you would find, but like not a gift per se, more like gags.
I have ADHD, and so like I always say, I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to remember that I put it there. Do you think I remembered even once? If I don't put it in like a designated Christmas spot, like under the tree after I've wrapped it that same day, not going to remember. I'm going to lose it. Actually, I found a gift when I was packing to move here that was for my ex that was wrapped. And I'm like, oh, that's where that is. It had fallen behind a bookshelf. I'm like, well, he doesn't give a shit about that anymore. 2 or 4 years later. Have you accidentally given the wrong item? Or like wrong fandom, wrong character? Like I got those bootleg Pikachu and King Cruel, but I did it. I don't have anything like.
I got an interesting regifting story. I don't know if I've told this one on here yet or not. Okay, so when I was getting married, somebody had got us a gift. All right, it was a frame and it had an engagement. Like the frame was an engagement ring, like with a little glass diamond on the top, and the circle underneath had the picture in it. All right, so this couple gifted it to us. Right, we open it up. And there is a picture of them when he proposed to her in it. So basically, they got it. They didn't like it. They didn't even open it. and they re-gifted
with
it
your
to
pictures
us.
and their pictures in it.
No, with their pictures still in there. They didn't take it out. They didn't. The person who got them the gift put the picture of.
Oh, they didn't take it out of the box.
Of him proposing to her.
They didn't take it out of the box,
huh?
And they just assumed it was an empty frame.
Yeah, and the person who got it for them actually opened it, put their picture in there of him proposing to her. And then they regifted it to us. Like,
did you take a picture? Oh, I don't know if we had phones at that time like that, but I would have like.
I don't know. That was back in 2006. So
then.
I mean, it probably took a picture of it, but I don't know if it was like, I don't know if we had like great photos on
and like we weren't. We had flip phones that sent pictures, but it's definitely not as easy as it is today. You know.
Oh yeah, no.
So that makes sense. Did you ever have a gift that made you cry happy tears?
No, because I'm dead inside.
What is wrong with you?
My kids made me cry.
Yeah, but it's because of other reasons.
Yeah, right. I was watching any hope of a life I had for the next 18 plus years just go away.
Jesus. No, you love your kids.
I had the pains in my asses. I love them. I don't like them some days. Today's one of those days.
So I did reach out to some of our NerdTube friends and ask about gifts that they have gotten for each other, because you know we have this wonderful community of nerdy people, and so I got let me go to my Facebook so I can go to my messages. Mage O'Rage sent something. He said that he got apparently we have a lot of Doctor Who fans because sonic screwdrivers were like a huge hit within our group. He said he got the girl he was dating before Scarlet, he said he got her a Doctor Who like backpack that he put like Doctor Who little trinkets inside. No, the one before Scarlet.
Scarlet was white. Oh, the one before Scarlet. Okay.
He got her a Doctor Who, it says TARDIS backpack, and he filled it with books, Mad Libs, trinkets related to the show, like a small sonic screwdriver. So that's pretty fun.
I have the picture. Do you have a picture of that for me to bring up, or
told me about
he
it.
told you about it?
He said he once that he had really a lot of fun picking out all the stuff to go inside of that. Let's see. My favorite of our friends, well, I do love Ginger, but I didn't mean to say it like that. He said that he got my favorite gift that somebody has said. He said that he's got Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, like the actual first showings of that in London. He got tickets for that, and that's really cool. So I didn't know him to be a Potterhead, but like it's really cool that he went and got to see that, you know.
He he likes Harry Potter a lot because it's not it's like pure British. It's not like Americana. So, and I mean, I don't blame him because like if you're gonna have something set in like Europe and in London, like it needs to be purely that. I get it. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be Americana.
And he got he said he had stuff custom made for his partners before. One of his partners lost their hat that was special to them. It was Final Fantasy related and had cat ears, and so she lost it and she was very upset about that. So he got one. They were out of print, so he got one special custom made for her. And that's very cool.
Yeah, I knew Ginger liked furries. I mean, you know.
And then
listen, not flaming, whatever.
And then at Lord Donkey, I fixed myself. He said his first Christmas before he was married to his husband, they watched, so right before that the 6 months before, they watched Doctor Who and got all caught up all the way on Doctor Who. Well, for Christmas, and I think we have a picture of this, he was kind enough. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm on Facebook, so I can't see, but
No, that's fine.
So
I'm
for
just letting you know it's up there.
Christmas, they both got each other basically the same gift, but from different seasons. And so they got each other sonic screwdrivers, but they didn't know they were getting each other sonic screwdrivers. So it was just a happy like accident. See, they're different colors. They're from, I don't know that much about Doctor Who. And so I don't know even what this tool does, but I just know.
It's basically like a magic wand,
I
but with
see.
technology.
So that's even cooler.
Is what I've gathered from it.
So he was very excited, and he said that he and his partner had like got each other the same gift without even realizing it, but it just made that day even better because they opened them up at the exact same time. But they were the same gift. So like I was having fun hearing stories from our friends like that. And it's so cute. Look how cute they are. And this is also 10 years ago, so that's even crazier. Look how much of a baby he looks like. I know. Lord Donkey. This is Lord Donkey from he watches Star Trek a lot with you guys, right? So.
Yep. Daniel Vance from the chat says the favorite geek gift I've ever gotten was the original script for Star Trek The Motion Picture. I have one of the stolen scripts that forced a script change in which the ends are very different.
Yeah.
I would, you know what, Daniel Vance, I might talk to you about that one. I would love to see that. Maybe we can work something out where we do like a script reading online or something like that, and like we because I'm very interested to see what that ending is. Is
that still canon, even though they had to change it because it got stolen?
No, I mean, technically, I mean, if it didn't happen on film, it's not canon technically. So that they're the same way with the books. If it's in a book, that does not mean it's canon. You know, if it's on a show, then it's canon. And sometimes they don't even care about that either. So they not retro. What's the word I'm looking for?
Change things to make it work for today.
Yeah, I can't remember the word I'm looking for. I want to say retro off, but I'm like, no, that's a medical term. God damn it.
Yeah, it's definitely not that. Retcon.
Retcon. Okay. There's the word I'm looking for.
Well, that makes sense. So yeah, but yeah, that's, unless you have anything else to say about this gifty thing, I think we can go on to the ways that you can support our show is subscribing, commenting, of course, sharing, hitting that share link on YouTube or Twitch or whatever to like get the word out with your best friend or your partner that might be as nerdy and might want to hear all the things that we've got to talk about.
Or if you have a friend that's bad with relationships that needs to hear some like, you know, like we're not relationship experts, but I feel like we're pretty good at like, you know, that, you know, we're pretty good at sifting through some of the bullshit with relationships, you know. So So definitely like share it out. I mean, we do want to grow this podcast. It's a love letter from me and from Winnie. We both loved this idea when we first came up with it. So, you know, we're 9 episodes in. And I know we don't do it like super.
We're getting there. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, but we do. I love this pod. This is one on NerdTube. I know we do this on several platforms, but on NerdTube, this is one of my favorite podcasts. The watch-alongs are fun, but this one is the one I really enjoy because we really get to like dive into things. And it seems I can tell I love it a lot genuinely because it seems like all my scheduling conflicts conflict with this.
It's all right.
That's how I know.
That's all right. And so next time's episode, which will hopefully be in 2 weeks at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 weeks from today.
Oh boy.
We'll be talking about, I just picked it, sorry. Date night nerdy style. So it also, if you have any ideas or anything that you would like us to talk about on this show, please let us know. You can DM us, you can message, you can write it in the comment section, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna talk about dirty, not dirty.
Yes, let's talk about dirty date ideas. Yes, let's do it.
I don't know what happened.
Dirty date ideas. I'm doing that's it. No, we're not doing geeky date ideas. We're doing dirty date ideas.
My brain just shut down. So we're gonna talk about top nerdy. I think I mixed nerdy and date together somehow, and it
nerdy dirty baby.
But like, do you do co-op games? Do you watch anime marathons? Do you have DIY cosplay nights? Like, if you have any ideas or like have stories to share, you can put it in the comments of any of our videos. You can DM us on anything if you'd like to share that information with us about your date nights and the fun things that you do. Oh
and
my
the
God,
dirty
no!
things.
If I get one more inappropriate picture, I will scream.
Oh no, not like that, not inappropriate pictures.
But also, if you have pictures from
your
NERDTUBE favorite date, nerdy date, please send them to us. We'll definitely show them at the end of the show, like we did this time. But yeah, for the 100th episode, you need to launch a NERDTUBE dating app.
Oh God, that would be all. That would be awful.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We could.
Like, you've matched with Cheeto.
Ooh,
what?
That's
like everybody matches with me. That's how that goes.
But yeah, as for that, do you have anything else to say? Make sure you follow all of us, Milquetoast Gaming. Follow.
I don't even know if I have the link in the description, but yeah.
If you search for all of those, if you just search for those two things on Google, we come up. I just Googled us both under our names, and we come up.
And I mean, in the NERDTUBE like description, if you go down there, like the links are down there for Winslow's Only Hope, and you can find all of her socials and everything like that. So I believe I have all of our stuff in the description on NERDTUBE. I don't know about. So I try to make sure we are widespread and, perfect, like a plague.
Jesus, way to end a show.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have any information or stuff you want to talk about or show or want us to show, please make sure you send that our way. I'm also on Facebook. You can find me. It's not that hard. But yeah. All right. We love you, and we hope to see you very soon on the next one in 2 weeks. Bye.
All right. Bye.